This is as good as we're gonna get right now. There we go. A little blue light. Hey guys, it is VegucatED. I am Bella. I know you guys don't see me much, so I want to reintroduce myself real quick. My name is Bella. My pronouns are she, her. I have been friends with Sophie since the beginning of time, actually. And we both struggle with eating disorders and mental illnesses. So we were like, hey, our biggest inspirations for recovering are YouTube channels that help us. And so we were like, let's do this. Let's make our own YouTube channel. So I barely record, but Sophie does a lot of the work. So make sure you thank her for everything that we do. She takes time out of her day to do this. So make sure to thank her. My name's Bella. Sophie's over there. And let's get started. All right, so today's little fun Q&A.
Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome if you're new. A few people requested that we do a Q&A. So on our Instagram story, we asked you guys to send us some questions, and you did. So finally, we are answering them. Bella and I live in different cities right now, so we just have to answer separately, and then I'm gonna put them together. Thank you to everyone who asked questions.
What are you currently doing?
Work, study, school, life, etc.
Okay, right now I am at my school. I'm in a parking lot. I do study theater at a very sciencey, mathematical school. I study theater and film studies. That's my major. I'm doing a double major also in communication studies or multimedia. I'm trying to pick. I work at my university. I work in parking services. No, I cannot get anyone free parking because even I have to pay for parking.
It's stupid.
Life, I'm doing a lot of productions. I just finished my production of Mamma Mia and I am having post-production depression. I'm doing multimedia operations for production. I am in a burlesque dance, which is something I don't usually feel comfortable in. I didn't feel that comfortable doing a burlesque dance last year, but it did make me feel like pretty sexy. So I was like, oh, okay. So I decided to sign up for this entire burlesque dance. It is a really great experience. It has really taught me to like love my body and just like know how my body can work.
So Bella and I are both we're almost 20. Our birthdays are July 5th and 6th. And right now I'm living at home, working at an art studio, and I'm in the process right now of applying to art schools in Canada and in Europe. And I'm actually making a whole video about it that I've been working on for months, but it's been a lot of work. And now I feel like it's a big time of change for me, and that's very exciting. Next question. How do you respond to people who give into eating disorder stigma and don't understand / are triggering? Unfortunately, a lot of people are uneducated about eating disorders. I think that often these things that are harmful and unhelpful that come from people come from a place of just not knowing that what they're saying is not helpful. So I think the best response for that is to let somebody know when they're being triggering, tell them what they can do to be more supportive. Hopefully they'll take what you say into account and work on how to interact with you.
These people don't understand eating disorders. I know I have a lot of people who are triggers to myself, and I've been trying my best to kind of distance myself from them because I do love them so much. But I don't think that they are doing the best for my recovery. It is important that I take charge of how other people contribute to my recovery. And I know there's a lot of people who don't contribute to my recovery, so I am staying away from those people. It's hard to steer away from people who just like talk about things that are triggering to you, like working out or size, like clothing size and stuff. Like I get that a lot when I'm at home. So I am really busy and I don't go home that much.
If there are people in your life who are consistently harmful to your recovery, maybe it's best to take a few steps away from those people until you're in a better place where those things that might come up won't be damaging to your own recovery.
I have a resource, an eating disorder resource video. Previously, I believe it's on the front of our page. All the information and resources are cited. We have academic scholarly articles that I picked, just regular articles. I have a bunch of awesome TED Talks that I love. And if you want to just be like, hey, like, can you watch this like for me, please? I think once they watch it, they'll really get to understand because it really dives in deep. Weight stigma around anorexia.
Can you be sick even if you look healthy? The answer is
absolutely.
Absolutely.
You can be sick even if you look healthy. And here's why.
Weight is only one factor in a whole big collection of things. Weight is one thing that may or may not be affected by your eating disorder. When you are sick, everything in your body is affected. Your heart, your lungs, your bones, your brain.
You can be sick, absolutely. If you think you have an eating disorder at any point in your life, you probably have an eating disorder. That's what we say in these streets. I know, for me personally, I would talk to some friends who don't know much about eating disorders, and I'll be like, hey, like, I'm struggling, like, really bad. Like, my friend Sophie, she's telling me that I should probably go to a treatment center, and they were like,
You look fine.
and I was like, it's just the whole stigma around it, which is really stupid. Why don't people take me seriously? Because I'm not underweight. Because of the
Stigma!
There's this big stigma, stereotypical body that is associated with people with an eating disorder, and I think it just really comes down to people being uneducated about eating disorders.
Should anorexia even be in the DSM? Like, it should be, but should the requirements for having anorexia be in the DSM? I don't think so, because there are a lot of people who are seriously ill and they do not look underweight.
There needs to be more resources and education that is out there, because a lot of people become afraid to seek treatment because they think that their weight isn't low enough, and people think that they don't have a problem.
So people don't take you seriously because of the huge stigma around eating disorders. And I'm so sorry if that is what you're going through, because that's what I've gone through. That's what a lot of people go through. Please DM us. Honestly, if you have any questions about, like, why don't people take me seriously? How can I get them to take me seriously? DM us. We'll try our best to help you out.
Waitlist for eating disorder programs in Canada.
They are extremely long. I remember that my doctor and my nurse from, like, a thing that I do, they applied me to an outpatient eating disorder program, and I think it was around January, and it wasn't until like July that they got back to me, and they said you won't be in until like next year. And I was like, I can't wait till next year. I'm just gonna take action on my own recovery, because fuck this.
Is there a wait list just for treatment programs, or is there also one to be admitted to a hospital medically?
Okay, I have not been inpatient, so I think Sophie can answer these cues. And I have not been in a hospital admission because of my eating disorder.
I'll just speak on my own experience from wait lists. So treatment programs for eating disorders do have wait lists. You are medically unstable and you need to be admitted. You go to the ER, you will go into the hospital. They're for actual specific to eating disorder treatment programs. Yes, there are wait lists.
How long is the wait list? It's fucking long.
She long.
Long. It's long. I don't know why it's so long.
How long are the wait lists? This depends entirely on the program. Everywhere is different, but in my experience, wait lists for programs in a hospital are typically a lot longer than programs that are like private residential treatments. I've been on hospital wait lists that are months long, some weeks long, at a residential private center. The wait lists there are usually very short. I was on the wait list for like 3 weeks and then I got in, and then at a hospital I was on the wait list for like 4 months. Are you put on the wait list if you are severely underweight, or are you led into treatment immediately? I think that this is entirely dependent on your situation. I know that there are some cases, some emergency cases, where somebody will have a priority. I don't know that this happens very often.
What would you say to people who compare to extremely underweight and physically ill people? If you have an eating disorder and your mind is saying they are extremely ill, but I want to look like that, it is your eating disorder talking. Just try to remind yourself, like, hey, this is my eating disorder talking. I want to be happy.
Happiness is the goal.
But I know it's very hard. It's very hard to deal with, because your eating disorder can just take so much of your mind. What are your biggest inspirations for recovery? Love from Texas. I've always wanted to go to Texas. I don't know what it is. I just want to go to Texas. I don't know what it is. Take me to Texas. My biggest inspiration to recovery are YouTube channels that Sophie and I follow. Like some of our favorites. Collective favorite is Rebecca Lung and Mary Rose Howley. But every YouTube channel that advocates for eating disorder awareness, I love it when people just like are able to take something that they're struggling with and turn it into being able to help other people. Also, Sophie is my biggest inspiration for recovery because she always just encourages me to exist. And she's my best friend and I love her.
Right now, I'd say the biggest ones are honestly some of the people I've met in treatment. Like, they've changed my life. I've seen them work so damn hard to get themselves out of that hole. They're just so inspiring, and I don't know where I'd be without all of those wonderful people I've met in treatment, honestly. Alright, those are all the questions we're going to answer. Thank you to everyone who asked questions. I really like doing these Q&As. I hope Bella likes them too. Let us know if you want us to do more of these in the future. We will be happy to answer your questions anytime. If you have more questions, you can always DM us on Instagram.
Okay, I gotta go. I have class. I think right now I don't have a watch. I love you. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I'm happy that you guys asked us for our input on things. Can't believe how many subscribers we have. I go on our YouTube channel and I watch other YouTube videos and then I'll check and I'm like, holy shit, Sophie, we have so many followers. She's like,
Yeah, where the fuck have you been?
and I was like,
Thank you guys for watching. I hope some of these were helpful or informative. We'll see you when we see you next time. Outros.
thank you so much for supporting us.